platform where they're in control. Creators can bring their creativity on chain and make sure that they're the ones benefiting. Everyone everywhere gets the same access, no matter where you're born, no matter where you live. This is the future of the internet. This is on chain.
Yo, GM, everyone. Welcome to another Build Graph session. Today, Kenny is with us, and I think it will be very just funny because we will talk about something in a social aspect. So please just make sure you invite all of your friends because, as I said, it will be very interesting, and we will talk the social aspect of the on-chain world. So now, please just give me a second. I need to share from all socials. Can you also please help me? Just let's amplify this live stream, guys. Introduce to all of the friends, and then we will start in a few seconds. Kenny, how are you?
Doing well. It's a beautiful Friday morning here in the Pacific Northwest. I'm up here in Seattle. And so for anybody watching, I'll also have some bounties I put out for best clips from this show too. So keep that in mind.
Wow.
There's another reason to watch.
Nice.
But yeah, let me put out a couple more retweets here. Oh yeah.
All right, perfect. I love the idea. Best clips.
Yeah. We've been doing more clipping bounties lately because clipping's so important, right? And it's an easy way. Like you put out a $20 bounty, and it's not super tough. They have a lot of like clipping software these days now, so it's something where it's very accessible to many different people, and they can get as crazy with it as they want. But yeah, for any of my appearances lately, I've been putting out a bounty, and then people submit their clips on Poid, and I go through and choose them. And it's been a fun way of generating those shareable moments from any of the interviews that I'm doing.
That's perfect. I'm so excited to hear about more. So Kenny, please, many people know you especially audio forecasters knows you, and you are very famous on forecaster side. Many people knows you, but could you please introduce yourself, who you are and what's your background? So let's learn about you first.
Yeah, so I am Kenny. Many people know me from Farcaster. My handle over there is just Kenny. Been on there since mid 2022. I'm also Kenny is typing on X. I've been on X for much longer. I've been around the crypto space for over a decade at this point. My lore is I wrote for Bitcoin Magazine back in like 2013, 2014 bubble.
Wow.
I've been watching crypto for a very long time. Been involved in been involved as an outside person looking in for most of my career, right? So like I wrote a little bit in 2014, but then there was that bear market in 2015, and I was a young guy at that point. I'm like, all right, I got to get a serious job. And so I was doing digital marketing. I'm actually an SEO by trade, and I still mainly do SEO consulting. That's my day job, right? But in 2022, that's when I went full time. I went full time working at a crypto company called Block Native. Worked at some other crypto companies since then, and then now I just do one-on-one SEO consulting, primarily with crypto companies, but also smaller websites. But yeah, that's the day job, and then on the side, I run Poid, and Poid's the passion project. Poid is what I really care about, because I have been this person who's been in crypto for years and years and years. I've seen it grow. I've seen use cases come and go. And Poid was built out of me very much in 2023, being frustrated with the use cases of crypto, feeling like there wasn't anything that was really tangible and simple and accessible to the average person that was non-speculative, right? And
Yeah.
so that is why I built this platform. There's some other lore there around, the problems that I was trying to solve too, but fundamentally that's a big reason that I've been involved in the industry for so long. I love the industry for so long. I believe we can do amazing things, and I wanted to build this platform as a way of showing that.
Hmm. That's perfect. I really love the story. I didn't know that. So we had a couple of times catch up call with the Kenny, but I didn't know that your background is coming from that time. So let's go back a little bit, Kenny. So 2013, 2014. So how was the environment at that moment? So how did you explore the blockchain? So who said to you?
So I was a political science and economics major at school. I went to a place
Uh-huh.
called Western Washington University up in Bellingham. And actually, even earlier, I'd heard about Bitcoin like 2011, 2012.
Wow.
Right, likely 2011, because that was the first bubble. The first, like, I think what it was like $30 or something. I went from $1 to $30. And it caught my eye because I've also been somebody who, like, I'm a social media junkie. I grew up on Reddit. Reddit was, my home. I was always on there browsing stuff. I was always on the internet. And so if you were on the internet in that era, you saw stuff about Bitcoin. And so I'm going to school for political science, economics, and then I see stuff on the internet about this new internet currency. And I had a professor who I really respected. I still really respect her. She's great. She's even had me back to talk to alumni about crypto since then. But I still like to talk about this story because it's 2011. I'm looking at this Bitcoin thing I saw on the internet. I'm like, hey, this seems really cool. This seems relevant to what we're talking about in economics because it's post-financial crisis and we're
Yeah.
reevaluating a lot of the fundamentals. I'm like, what if this is non-state money? This is kind of cool. And I brought it to her and she thought it was the dumbest thing she'd ever heard of and told me there's no way that something like Bitcoin could work. It's priced in US dollars. How can it be its own currency? Yeah. So I tabled it back then, right? So I was interested. 2011, I'm like, oh, okay, well, but this very smart professor tells me it's a really dumb idea. So I probably pay attention to it.
All right.
But of course, Bitcoin didn't die. 2013 comes around. And at that point, I'm actually running. I graduated. I was kicking around. I was a musician. I was doing all sorts of odd jobs. I had a buddy who he came to me and he wanted to start a waffle food truck. And I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. So we started this food truck in 2013, and that coincided with this Bitcoin bubble. So I bought a little bit of Bitcoin, and then I see it run up to $1,000. And so it was just this heady moment during that zany bubble where I was buying a little bit myself, and then I'm running this food truck, and we decide to take Bitcoin payments because that was a way of doing marketing. So I got on the front page of our Bitcoin with my food truck that took Bitcoin payments, and the local news station in Seattle drove up to Bellingham to interview me. You can still find this video floating around the internet.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Can we say you are the first one who accepted the Bitcoin payment?
I wasn't the first, right? There's other people before me. The first people were the Llama Sock people, but I was one of the first in Washington State, probably one of the first
crazy.
in Seattle. Also, Dogecoin. When Dogecoin came out, I could be maybe one of the first 10 people to take a Dogecoin payment back then. But yeah, I was just hooked on it, and I became obsessed with it back then. And Bitcoin Magazine had openings to write articles, and so I'm running this food truck. It's obviously not making a ton of money, and so I'm supplementing income being a freelance writer. And they would pay me for articles. So I have you can look it up. You can see my old article history. I have something that I'm really proud of that I think that they've aged very well. About, and they let me write about anything. I was like, the history of economic thought and Bitcoin. They're like, yeah, sure, we'll publish this. It was great. Love that era.
Yeah, That's amazing story, Ken. I didn't know none of them, to be honest. So, guys, now we are talking one of OG who is accepted the Bitcoin payment back in 2013, 14. So just please make sure you invite all of your friends because we are talking about something really interesting. So, Kenny, so now uh, I just want to understand a little bit the background of you you are the Reddit guy, so that's why you know the internet culture, and then that's why the Bitcoin is very fit as an idea for the people who has type of Reddit culture, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
how was the how was the environment at that moment? What kind of something people were discussing? Do you remember?
Yeah, the environment of Bitcoin back then was just so different socially. And it's something that I miss. It's a big reason why I ended up on Farcaster. I'll say that
Ah,
because it changed so much. And when I got to Farcaster, I felt those early vibes of Reddit, where back in the day, Reddit, it was a tech forward place, right? It was,
mm-hmm.
you were on Reddit, you were somebody who was on the cutting edge of tech culture, and you were interested in trying web apps. And it was back when we believed that social media and the internet were good things for society, and they were only bringing about
Yeah.
things. And so there was all this optimism around tech on Reddit. And so I actually, even before I bought my first Bitcoin, I had somebody did a Reddit comment to give me a tip. It was change tip back in the day. Just so funny now
Ah,
because like we've brought back like crypto tipping, right? People were doing it back in 2013, 2014 on Reddit. And so I think he gave me, it was like $10 a Bitcoin in a tip.
wow.
That's what got me in the door, because I was just doing this conversation with somebody on Reddit, and he gave me a little bit, right, for just having it. And then that leads to everything now. So it's sad to me when I look at Reddit now, where I can't share Poid. I couldn't go back. Like, I would love to share Poid in my local community, put out bounties in Seattle, but the reality is that if I do that, I will likely get banned. Actually, one of my Reddit accounts already got banned for sharing Poid stuff. It was my 15-year-old Reddit account. Very sad. So it's been interesting from that social side to see how Reddit has changed over the years, where nowadays you can't share AI stuff on there, or people will get angry with you. I have a buddy who he just released a brand new game. There's actually just a shout out the bounty. If anybody's watching, they want to earn a little bit. Is Play Wizards and Goblins bounty. It's a $60 bounty for whoever goes. It's right there on the homepage. If you play my buddy's new AI game, you can get a shot at $60 in ETH. But he tried sharing it on Reddit, and Reddit just shouted him down for building a game with AI. Right? That's
Ah,
the vibe there now, where you can't discuss and be optimistic about tech on Reddit, which is kind of sad. But it brought me around. That's why I'm on crypto Twitter and why I'm on Farcaster, because these are the places where you
yeah.
can discuss tech and crypto innovations, and people are still optimistic.
I totally see. Now the topic is the comes to social media, and what I see the Kenny is now before, as you mentioned, so you were feeling like there's a real conversation without any kind of a intention or incentive. So people are just looking for just real conversation each other. They were telling that whatever they are really thinking, but now it became as just engagement farming. So it's all it's about that. So even now the big tech, including Meta, which by the way Meta started all the game,
Mhm.
and Meta, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. So even they adjusted their algorithm based on the hate speech and the other things. So that's, I think it's kind of back and forth. It's, I don't know, it's a chicken and egg problem. Who started the journey? Who started first, users or just the platform? But so I think it just feeded each other. So how do you see in the couple of years? Because also it really affects what you are building. The point is really in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
So as just a social aspect. So in the social media is evolving now, including the AI is coming. AI bot, everywhere is just full with the AI slope or just AI bots. And now we are trying to identify new people and are you real or bot or whatever. Even a few times I really ask myself, I didn't ask, sorry, the guy, are you bot or not? Because it feels like someone just it feel like an answer, and it was super perfect sentences, so it was perfect something. So I just said, okay, is it AI or not? I'm talking with AI. So
Mm.
how do you see that kind of evolving of back in 2014 to right now nowadays? You already mentioned about the Reddit side, but overall aspect of the social.
Yeah, it's tough right now on the AI side. You still have, I mean, with so much slop that's floating around there, it is hard. I will take maybe a bit of a controversial stance and think that I say that it's generally overblown, right?
Hmm.
And maybe that is just for me because I grew up on the internet, and so I developed these senses for, like, I just know when an account acts a certain way that, oh, that's kind of a scammy account. Oh, it doesn't have mutuals with me, right? Oh, this account, it only retweets things like this, and then, like you said, like its speech is too perfect, right? So
Yeah,
and maybe that's me discounting it, but at the same time, again, I am an SEO. I do search engine optimization. Okay.
yeah,
So, what is search engine optimization? I have learned how to make a single page stand out to Google in the trillions of pages of content that are published across the internet, right? Google is able to tease out, oh, this one specific page is good on this one specific topic, right? And that's a
yeah.
really fascinating problem. And I've been fortunate enough to be involved in that industry and to learn about it and see how it works. And so for me, the internet has always been full of slop, right? This didn't change anything, right? People are like, oh, there's so much AI content floating around. It's like, well, okay, it used to be 99% slop, and now it's 99.99%. It really doesn't change the factor that
Okay.
these are the things you need to look for to find the good content, the quality content,
Uh-huh.
right? And generally, those things are just very human signals, right? Does somebody I follow, who I have a lot of respect for, do they follow this person? Right? Has
Yeah.
this person been mentioned in publications across the internet,
Hmm.
been linked to? Right? These are things that you can't fake. The internet has
Yeah.
these proof of work signals that are
Yeah.
built into it. These decentralized proof of work signals, and so, how does Google work? All Google did was tap into those signals and then rearrange it in a nice way within their product. And in a way, that's what I'm trying to create with Poid, is just another decentralized proof of work signal that people can use to build
Hmm.
their reputation, right? And there's users who they started on Poid, and when I first saw them, I was like, oh, that might be an airdrop farmer, right? And instead, a year from now, they've turned into some of the top users of the platform, and I've seen so
Yeah.
many moments and so many real things from them, and it means a lot to me. And I've made those human connections with them across the
Yeah.
world because of my own platform that I've built.
Yeah.
And I love that about Poid, in that if you are a top user on Poid, you've done real, like, verifiable, real things. Anybody can go in there,
Yeah.
social graph, and they're going to see it. And none of it has to do with AI. So that is what I'm trying to build here,
Yeah.
a platform for this AI world where it just gets back to only human moments, only verifiable human things. We do some stuff with AI agents. AI agents have built have run Poid bounties before, and I don't want to say it's only for humans, but it's primarily a human social app.
Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing to see how you see the things. So you are just saying the internet was like that. So according to you, people should know how to create their feed, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the important thing. And secondly, about the point, we will come that side. But you mentioned in the beginning you were thinking they are farmer, but then they became a top power user. And I think that's always how it starts. So it always because of the incentive, because of the nature of the human and incentive, because of the current economical models. Everything
Mm-hmm.
starts with a couple of, if there's an incentive, people try to get, take this.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever they see there is something meaningful, they will stay there. So that's how things work. It's a pyramid always. It's a funnel. So you can't just convert everyone a power user. It's in something natural. So that's why I think whatever we do, whatever we build, it's always stuff like that. So they are first there for incentives. Then if they like the idea, they will
Hmm.
stand to be as a power user. Now, Kenny, you said that point a few times, but I think we don't understand the point. So what is the point?
Yeah, Poid is a social bounty platform. And for anybody who doesn't understand, Poid stands for Pix or It Didn't Happen, right? POIDH equals Pix or It Didn't Happen. On your end, do you know Pix or It Didn't Happen as an internet meme? Had you heard that before?
I didn't know. No.
Okay. Yeah. And so Pixar It Didn't Happen, Poid as a term, it actually has a history going back to like the mid 2000s, right? And so it comes from forum culture, right? And there is
Mm-hmm.
always what's the inherent problem of the internet? Anybody can lie on the internet and say something, and how do you know it was real, right? And
Yeah.
so what people would say was Pixar It Didn't Happen. Somebody would come on the forum, they'd be like, "Oh, I just golfed at Pebble Beach." It's like, "Yeah, sure, guy. Pixar It Didn't Happen. Show us the pictures.
Yeah.
Thing is not real, right?" And so it's an internet native meme around having to show enough proof to bring reality into cyberspace, verifiable reality into cyberspace. And so
Mm-hmm.
something where a lot of people get hung up and they think Poid is only for photo bounties, and it's not. We're
Mm-hmm.
much broader than that. We're just carrying on that meme's legacy that already exists out there on the internet. Of if you want to get get any sort of reputation or you want to get awareness for accomplishing something, you need to bring the proof. And so,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
we do photo bounties as well, but proof could be many different things, right? I could put out a
Yeah.
bounty for, hey, somebody needs to quote repost this live stream that's happening, right? And they don't need to take a picture with their camera. Like
Yeah.
if they do the quote repost, and they can upload a screenshot on Poid, because it's almost, we use those images as like an invoice, right? It's an
Yeah.
invoice
Okay.
for judging the work that got done. So there's all sorts of different things that you could incentivize with Poid. The other key aspect with it is that it goes beyond being a static one-to-one bounty platform, right? Which is how almost
Mm-hmm.
all bounty platforms in human existence have
Mm-hmm.
run before, right? And many bounty platforms have existed. And so usually it was, I go to a website, like I think, DWork has one. I say, hey, there's $100 bounty. There's a bug bounty for XYZ. And people submit. And if they submit something that they submit acceptable work, I discuss with them, then I
Yeah.
pay them the $100, right? It's bounties just to find somebody to do something for you.
Yes.
Which we still do that with Poid, but the more interesting social aspect, right,
Yeah.
is that we have this system called open bounties. And what open bounties allow you to do is to put out a bounty for something, and then anybody can trustlessly boost that bounty. They can add more funds to that bounty, which that's rarer and something that you can really only do on chain. Because if you think through the problem of how do I have a bounty where I put it out for $100 with Venmo or something like
Yeah.
$100, and then somebody in Japan wants to add another 100,
Yeah.
they
So
would have to send it to my bank account. It's all very clunky, right? And
yeah.
so
Yeah.
social bounties, it's you create the bounty with $100, and now it exists, and anybody could add funds to it, right? So if you have a bounty that a lot of people love and they want to see this thing done, they can come in and permissionlessly hook up a wallet and add more
Yeah.
funds. And so it's a very interesting new dynamic to bounties that makes them much more exponential in my eyes. Like it
Yeah.
unlocks this ability to put your money out there and anybody around the world to collaborate on it. Much in the same way that I think social media unlocked that for ideas, right? Social media took
For
off,
sure.
right? Because what if you had an idea, say in 1990, how do you get that idea out into the world? you have to do some networking and try to get on your local news and hope that the local news takes that national, or you have to try to get an in with a New York Times reporter. Like the methods of communication, the people who held all the reins of power around broadcasting ideas, it was all centralized. All right. Now, social media takes off in 2006 to 2010. Twitter takes off. It was just this. It's a very simple concept. It was just a box where you typed in your idea, right?
Yeah.
That changes the whole world. Yada yada yada. Now we have Donald Trump as president because he was really good at Twitter, right? Kind of crazy when you think about it from that zoomed out macro lens, right?
All right.
But why did it work? Why did it work? It was because you could put an idea and then anybody could permissionlessly boost that idea. They could repost it. They could quote post
support you.
It, right? They could collaborate on this idea. And so that's what I want to unlock with these social bounties, right? Never before have you been able to put $100 out in the world and it could grow exponentially, right? Your friend could.
That's very amazing.
Yeah, that's the big vision for Poid.
I think that's the biggest feature of the biggest difference part of the Poid compared to other bounty programs, because bounty is bounty, you know. So there's a task, and now at the end of the task, the bounty owner will select one of them. So, but now they can't contribute to program itself, so the bounty itself. But now we are just saying it's not just bounty, guys. It's a social bounty. Anyone can contribute, anyone can support, anyone can top up, even just 1 cent, couple of cents, whatever. If they want to just add, they can add. So, Kenny, please feel free to just prepare your screen to just show us how the overall your platform works. Meanwhile, but it's a very creative idea because of the. Also, I would love to just understand a little bit. You will also share your screen. The Zach also will, reflect the live stream. Okay, we see. Before jumping the project, so can you a little bit explain? Maybe already you researched. I believe you researched. Can you inform us about the history of bounties? How it started? It's like keeping someone for, hey guys, I need to hire someone for doing something type of a thing. So.
Yeah. So the very early history starts here. This is the first version of Poid. This is Poid V1, and Poid V1 was on Arbitrum. And you can go back here. This was August 2023, and this was not the social bounty product. This was V1 just to get it out the door, the most basic contract. I put up a bounty, you claim it with a picture. And so there's all sorts of stuff here. And when we were just going through and trying to figure out what it would look like in the beginning, this is all from on-chain too. All this stuff is fully on-chain. We never had a back end for this. So this was a bounty I put out for my buddy to take a picture at his cabin in Idaho. This was, I said, hey, reply to my post. This was one of the most, the first international ones, Proof of Austria. So this is taken,
really?
So PO, you can't zoom in here. Let's see, copy image address. There you go.
Okay.
It's like I need to charge my computer. Yeah, Poid goes to Vienna. Okay. This was actually an early dev that we worked with. And so like one of the tests we gave him before we brought him on to be a freelance dev was, hey, go take a picture in Vienna. And this was, for 300. Let's see if this still works. Oh, no. Okay. He didn't have a link, but this was a video where somebody held up a sign because we had gotten to 300 users, and the celebration was like, hold up a 300 sign and then do a backflip. And he did that. So this is the very, very early version of Poid. And then in 2024 is when we moved to Poid V2, which was this redesign and which introduced the idea of these open bounties, right, where users can add additional funds to your bounty. And this was always the goal from the beginning, right? But I had to do Poid V1 just to get it out the door, just to get people buying it and to get that sort of traction to be able to justify putting resources into POID v2. And then, yeah, we have a very, very long history of bounties. There's been over 1,500, maybe 1,700 bounties completed at this point. And you can scroll through them all here on the homepage, right? Or you can also, if you want to get more categorical, we have what are called albums, and albums are our version of subreddits, right? So that if you want to make a bounty about public goods in your community, you could put it under this. It's totally permissionless and it's optional, right? Tagging it. It's like when you post on Reddit, you can put it in whatever subreddit you want. But it's also cool because it literally becomes a photo album where you're able to see all the different things that have been incentivized around through this album. You know, trash cleanups and people cleaning road signs and people highlighting local small businesses or leaving notes in cafes for other people to find to cheer up their day. But yeah, there's all sorts of ways to explore POID, which most people don't quite see, right? Because they mainly focus on, hey, go to a bounty and try it out. But we've added all these features over time. So you can browse all the albums, you can create an album, you can even browse by users on Farcaster.
Wow.
You see specifics and what they have done on the platform. Click on their page. You can check out their POID score. POID score is a metric that we use where it's calculated based off the money you've paid out in bounties, the money that you've earned through bounties, right? And NFTs that you hold. And some people don't understand this either. POID is an experimental NFT project as well. So when you create a bounty and people submit claims, they are minting those claims as NFTs. Okay, so I think this guy's bounty was literally just take a picture of your fridge with
That's nice. I love the idea. So it's pretty easy.
Yeah, it was a nice, acceptable or accessible bounty for people. And so you can come here and you can see when somebody submits a claim, right? POID is also fully on chain. So all this stuff is here, right? That you can see this ERC token. It was minted on chain. POID my refrigerator, right? And so when somebody mints a claim, it's an NFT. It gets escrowed in the POID contract. And so this POID bounty page, when it was live, it had these 6 NFTs sitting within it. And so basically what this bounty creator is doing is when he pays out the bounty, he's sending the money and the NFT goes to him. But only one NFT.
I see.
There's only one NFT per POID bounty, which makes it an experimental NFT project and preserves some rarity, right? And that these get effectively burned. There's absolutely no way to access them. They're just forever on the contract. But this one here ends up in his wallet on chain. And so
I really love the idea. I didn't know that this much detail to bounce about the POID. And I'm planning to just do something in the near future. I will definitely just leverage the POID for my next project. So before jumping to just how we can create, or maybe let's just talk about how we can create, then I can ask my other questions.
I'm gonna make this one, and so the audience primarily is for base users in Turkey, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one will just be
it's actually verized.
Anywhere. But so this will be similar to that Austria one that we showed, right? And so this is take a photo in Turkey, make a handwritten POID sign, and take it somewhere in Turkey to a recognizable landmark. So we're looking for like a building that we can find on Google Maps, an address, or like a statue or a mountain, just somewhere where if they take a picture of this handwritten sign, we will be able to verify it. Take a pic, this sign, post it on X or Farcaster, tagging at POIDH. Just XYZ. We're going to upload the same pic on this page and include a link to your social post. First legit claim wins. I always like to put this too, because sometimes people get confused, and we could do either option on Void, right? Sometimes we have contests where I say, hey, I'm not paying out to the first person who does this. I'm paying this out to whoever has the best, the one that most captures what I'm looking for. Or say you might want to do say 0.0033. I think that's enough. We can make a turkey album. Actually,
I like that.
Anybody's ever done anything in Turkey, so let's try it. Sign the transaction. But yeah, for anybody that wants to make a Poid bounty, the main thing is be detailed in your description, because Poid is it's an open-ended platform. We put a lot of responsibility on the bounty creators.
There
are no hard deadlines, right? And we don't control your money at all. This, this transaction that just happened on chain, right, with the Poid smart contract, only your wallet can interact with this. There are no backdoors to this contract. There are no admin controls. It's 100% immutable. Okay, so it's on you, right? You as the wallet creator, or me in this case, right? My little PFP there. I am the only one. I could cancel this bounty. If I cancel this bounty, all my money gets transferred back to my wallet. Or actually, it gets transferred to the profile page, and you claim the money through your profile page. But same thing. It's only your wallet that can control it, right? You are the only person who can confirm a claim, or say if you hopped in here and you added funds, okay, say that you added $3 to this. When I submit that claim for vote and I choose a claim, and I'm the only one who can do that as bounty creator, you get 48 hours to vote yes or no on whether you agree with it submitted, right? So
I'm not just giving the money, I'm also creating.
Oh, sweet, beautiful. But yeah, this is it. And we see we now have this turkey album, right? And in the future, I do want these to get built out in such a way that they are exactly like subreddits, where if you are the first creator who creates a subreddit, you have admin control. You're the moderator, and you could change the design of this page, and you could add a sidebar with rules, and you could link to your community, right? And you really own this. And so Poid becomes, in the same way that communities can use Discord as the place where they organize for communications, Poid becomes the place where communities organize with their money, and they make things happen socially and transparently on chain.
I just in a second, just while I also just contributed to this one, I added some extra funds. I boosted the content, so for 0.02 ETH. So guys, if you are just watching this, if you're in Turkey right now, please go and just write something on a paper, like something for Poid, and sign it, and then just take a picture. By just also we need to see the landmark, historical. Maybe it can be just historical place or just a modern place. It doesn't matter. So then share on the X or Firecaster and upload to come here and upload to just Poid. Apply this bounty, and I think it will be very funny. I'm wondering what kind of pictures we will see. But also I will share in my Turkish Telegram group. So I have a private Turkish Telegram group. So let's see.
Love it.
Kenny, platform is working very easily. I think it's a couple of clicks and anyone can launch a campaign, or how we can just join the campaign. Can you maybe see that screen again? So how people can just join?
Yeah, let me see. I might have already added. No, I have not added funds to this one. So this was a clipping bounty where somebody was on Ethereum Builders Live. Johnny Mac from Farcaster. He's got a really cool shout out spandex. Very cool product that he's doing. And so there's also, if anybody wants a shot at this, you can clip this. There's $100 on the line. It's competition. But yeah, if you wanted to support Nonlinear, support Johnny. He's a big member of the Farcaster community, and he's just trying to source clips for his new product. And he was on this cool broadcast. you can come here and maybe you don't want a clip, but you're like, yeah, I like Johnny. I want him to have good clips. The more this bounty goes up, the better clips that Johnny's going to get. Okay, so you come here and you click add funds and you type in how much that you want to put in, the minimum being 0.001 ETH. This does calculations.
Yeah.
It'll say this is how much you're putting in, and then after you put in that much, this is how much the bounty is going to be. Cool. I'm going to sign this, going to confirm it, and now,
and it's that's it.
There we go. Funds successfully added. I could share this to my my page or my X page. I can view my profile from here just to see. Now this will be included, and it will show that I am part of this bounty. Right, this is a bounty that I put money into, and then back here, we can see there's 3 contributors now. Kenny,
nice. I like that. So. But how people also can apply, how people can just, submit a submission for a bounty. For example, this one is passed or just still continue?
So this one's still continuing. Anybody could put in funds on this one. You can only add funds if a bounty is currently underway. So if somebody wants to create a claim, it's very simple. You just click the big red create claim button. You add an image. I want to say something. So create claim means guys submit actually. So you are submitting by just create claim button. So let's just don't confuse about that. Create claim is not creating a new bounty. It's just you are just creating it's just a submission. So and now yes, we can continue, Kenny. Yep. And then you're gonna add an image here, and then you give your claim a title and a description.
Must. All 3 of must?
All 3, yes. All 3 must be filled out. So you need to have a title, you need to have a description, and you need to have an image. Then you just submit create claim, and it will appear, right? So let's go through the process here of let's go to the turkey one, just so you can see it. Actually, I'm not going to be able to submit a claim on this turkey one because I was the one who created it. Let me see, best cherry blossom pick. I think, I did not submit this one.
Okay.
Let me check here. So I'm just gonna.
I think this is very important to guys understand. So there are lots of ongoing ones. First of all, you need to double check. Okay, if you like one of them, or if you can think you can just create a video, or just you can do the task. So you can just apply. So nothing to lose, and it's also funny. So being part of a movement or type of a I don't want to say use the term of task, but being part of just a movement is really funny. So definitely you should try.
All right. I can't say best cherry blossoms in the world. So this is at University of Washington in Seattle.
Okay.
They're just beautiful, legendary cherry blossoms. I was gonna say best cherry blossoms in the world, but you can't. Japan obviously has the best cherry blossoms. Let's just say this. Now, this is not my picture, right? To be clear, like this is, I'm going against my own rules on my own platform, but I'm not going to reward myself. So this is just to show you what it's like to create a claim. So upload image, give it a title, give it a description. You're going to hit create claim, submit claim, sign, confirm.
So we have to sign.
And there we go. All right, so this has been submitted on chain, and it shows up down here. And now I'm technically eligible to win the bounty, but it wouldn't actually work because this is not my picture, right? We asked very clearly that we want a picture that you took. It looks like there has been, some people have been uploading these. I'm gonna guess, and this is a good demo of Poid's ability to check whether or not people are legitimate. So I can come here. And do I really think whoever took this looks like an F1 photo, or I don't know, this might be AI.
And also it's just photoshopped, so it doesn't feel like also
Yeah,
Not even
especially
F1.
when I was opportune to be among the photographers for a race in Japan and I captured this. I'm skeptical, right? This
Yeah,
one too. This comes from somebody who has earned on Poid before, but
I see.
I'm skeptical that they did this themselves. Another one, another one. It looks like, yeah, this person, it's the same wallet submitting stuff over and over. And so for me,
Yeah,
I'm going to discount those. I'm going to say, this isn't the spirit of the bounty, right? The spirit of the bounty
yeah.
is I want to see your pictures of cherry blossoms. Now, here's a better example. Johnny
Yeah.
Bravo. Johnny, I've known for a long time. He's done many different bounties. He's
Hmm.
been a long-time Poid user, and if you click, you can see his Poid score is very high
Hmm.
because he has a history
Hmm.
on the platform. You can go check right here. You can see he's created bounties. He's submitted lots of claims. He
Wow.
hasn't collected an NFT. He needs to collect an NFT. We're gonna have a discussion with Johnny about that. He needs to do his own bounty and collect one. But anyways, there are many trust signals here that
All
say
right.
this one's legitimate, and this looks like the type of photo like he himself took.
Yeah.
Moment. He was pausing for a moment and taking a picture and appreciating a spring day. I
Mhm.
like Johnny's a contender for this bounty.
Yeah.
This one here, point score of 0,
It's
and it looks like a downloaded photo. I'm going to
yeah.
discount it. This looks legitimate, Yana.
It's real. Yeah. It looks real.
Yeah, but she also submitted 2, and she doesn't have a history on the platform. Shamir, Arshad, this looks downloaded. This one looks decently real. And the other thing
Yeah.
is we can come here and we can check their Farcaster profile, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Let's see. This is always, it's tough for me. I understand people like reposting things, but I want to click your profile and I want to immediately know, oh, this is a real person, like sharing their
Yeah.
identity.
Yeah. I know.
And so that
I know what
isn't,
you mean.
that's not excellent, right? Let's see about Shamim. And then you also, if you have your X profile connected, you can go check these. This is good. She's followed by people that I follow. It's at least a decent signal, but a lot of reposts, not a lot of
Yeah.
individual commentary. So
Yeah.
let's go. Koji. I don't recognize these names. Again.
Even in the picture, there is a screenshot. I think already I can see.
Oh yeah. Snap. The screenshot there. Man, there's a lot of people. A lot of people have submitted these claims.
That's actually funny part. I believe so. You need to just understand who is doing what. So Kenny, can you clarify? Let's just the process. Someone can already be showed how they can launch a campaign, how they can launch a bounty, and then how people can support it, and how people can create a claim, which means submission. Then what's the last part? How a campaign owner, bounty owner will decide or will pick where's the button?
Yeah. I'll only do one for you.
We don't have to do just only. You can just show us.
Well, it's not going to show unless it's a bounty that's actually. Oh, here, yeah, I think I have some that I'm running that should be under my actual bounty. Maybe it should be under my wallet itself. So I've been doing a lot more that are.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm overdue on selecting a winner for this. So this is perfect, actually. Okay, I was supposed to select a winner on this bounty on April 22nd. It has slipped my mind. It was created with my wallet. And so because it was created with my wallet, 0x10, now there's an accept button here. Okay? And if I click this button, you are about to accept this claim. This action cannot be undone. This is very important. When you press this button, when you confirm this transaction, all the money goes to the person who won it, right? And you get the NFT. That's it. So that's the thing here. We're saying be very, very sure. And so this one, I asked people to just go find Poid colors.
IRL. Oh, nice.
Go out in the world and find the colors.
I like the buttons.
I do like the buttons. And Hanma is almost a Poid influencer at this point. He's done
nice
on the platform. Has a very high Poid score.
Nice.
124 claims. That's wild. So
I love it.
I love, like, I don't know if you saw this video. This was a wild video. Got out and supported local community, all sorts of things. So now I
That's
need
perfect.
I need to choose one. You know, I think for this one, Laura's showing her face. I do like that. I like any time that somebody's, you know, willing to give that a shot. I don't know if, and I don't know how to pronounce her handle, HT Harmony. I don't know if Harmony has won one before. She is real, right? There's always the question. And I like to bring new people into it, you know, like
Yeah, of course.
give people their first win on Poid. You know, yeah, I'm gonna give it to Harmony.
All right. Accept claim. Now,
See,
when you accept,
confirming.
okay. So
You
distribution is done.
Just collected this as an NFT. I could share it if I like. And yeah, that's it. She'll get a notification through her Farcaster profile.
Okay.
Funds that she can claim, and she can do it through her profile right here. And
all right.
She just got her first Poid points. Now she has 2 Poid points because she is the winner of this one. And so yeah, she did. This is great. I like this because she's hopped on. She's participated in the community. She did the cherry blossoms. These look like a real photo of hers. And she's contributed to the Farcon Rome NFC badge fund, which is
perfect.
Yeah, for this one right here, they're crowdfund. This is using Poid as a crowdfund, which is a little different. This isn't a bounty that's open for anybody. This is a statuette saying, hey, we have a task. We want to raise X amount of money. Everybody put in money, and we've had 25 contributors so far. And if you put in the money, then you're going to be able to confirm. Beep is going to come here. Beep's going to claim the money. And so it's going to get paid out to them as long as the task is legitimate, right? But it's just a different way of crowdfunding that's a little bit more trustless, right? And that, you know, technically, say somebody put in $20 on this bounty and then they really needed that money, they could take that money out at any time. I could withdraw, right? See right here, I'm not actually going to do this, but if I wanted to, I could take out the money that I have put in, right? And so that's why I call these incentivization markets as well, and that bounty values can go up and bounty values can go down based on public sentiment towards the task that they want to see done.
Yeah. I think overall, I love idea structure, and we show the audience every steps of the creating, topping up, just submitting, and also for how you can choose a winner. So, Kenny, can you please a little bit mention the numbers so far? How many unique submission? How many unique user who submitted at least once? How many total bounties you created? And so would be nice to understand the numbers.
Yeah, so right now we hover about 200 daily active users per day.
All right.
Over 3,200 unique wallets have interacted with the protocol, means adding funds or winning funds or submitting a claim. Over 10,000 claims submitted, $70,000 in bounty value, and
nice.
2,785 bounties created. Yeah, and so this is all behind the scenes. This is a pitch deck that I have. I am trying to raise some money so I can do this full time, because the thing I like to point out is I do this with 10% of my time, right? And I've put a little bit of money. I've made some money with grants, and it's really freelance devs. I am the only person who does this, quote unquote, full time, but I'm not even full time. I get a couple hours per day to work on it. And the majority of my time is spent doing SEO things. I'm a part-time founder. So yeah, I like to point out that I I want to do so much more with Poid. I want to go full time.
Yeah.
I want it to be my only thing that I'm focused on because of that broad vision that I told you about earlier, that I think that this is a big unlock if you can do crowdfunding for specific action items and for specific ideas and things you want to see done. If people can seamlessly support those ideas from an individual in the same way that we unlocked how they support ideas from an individual with social media, I think it changes a lot. I think it changes society, frankly. I think it's a very, very big idea. So that's why I'm trying to make this my full-time gig, and it makes people smile. I think that's also a KPI. So this was just a post from Jesse a while back where he said he really loved Poid.
Yeah.
It made him crack smiles, and he was a couple times he has dropped in to add $700 to a bounty.
Wow.
Wild.
Nice.
I think it was this one, maybe. What made you smile? Yeah, what's made you smile today? Oh, here we go. A picture that made you smile. So somebody created this bounty with $2. Rux created this bounty with $2. And then I wake up one day and Jesse has thrown in 0.25 ETH. And this guy 218 claims, right?
I really love that.
Yeah, people sharing moments. And I
love the cookies, by the way. There's a cookie.
The cookies? Yes. It's all sorts of snapshots of people's lives and things that they care about and what makes them smile. So this was a fun one. And this illustrates, a lot of it was silly because this was a very open-ended bounty. It's not asking for a specific thing to be done. But when you think about how powerful this could be for, again, the concept of public goods, that you could see a broken sidewalk in your community and you could say, hey, here's $10 to fix this. And a rich person could see that and say, oh, I want it. Sure, why not? Here's $500. Let's get this thing fixed somewhere around the world, right? And it's just not possible without tooling like Poid. And I think if we can spread this meme, if we can allow people to establish reputations on the platform that makes them look like trustworthy bounty creators, and then allow people who are wealthy to come in here and find ways to laser target what they want to get done and what they want to support, I think we could make a really big impact on the world.
That's really loud. I didn't like the overall idea. Not gonna lie, I didn't use Point before. I checked many times. I checked some of the bounties and checked the NPs, but I didn't launch any kind of a bounty. I will definitely launch one. Already, I just supported your existing one you just launched. Guys, if you're watching this and if you're in Turkey, just go and just let me remind you. There's an ongoing bounty. Can you just launch during the live stream? And if you're in Turkey right now, just write something on a paper to Point and then sign it. Go maybe historical landmark or just a modern place. And just take a picture with the building and then upload it, post it on Firecast or Twitter, and then come to Point and just upload the picture, and also don't forget to attach your URL to the description or whatever. So I think it's really lovely. As Jesse said, I love Point, and we are saying we love Point. So I think it became as I understand from now, there are lots of power users. It became a home for many people. So it's really good to see this type of things. Actually, it's not just about the incentive, it's also about the genuine participation. So people are just recording videos. Kenny, before closing, I would love to ask a couple of questions. But so first question is, what was the most crazy bounty you ever seen?
The most crazy bounty is the kickflip world record that we did. And that was
I know that
it was crowdfunded. Like, that was just a different level of experience and really brought Poid. It clarified I'd always known Poid could be used for a big groundbreaking event like that, but until I saw it actually happen and I was able to work with people to get them to put money into a bounty, and then to see Dave do this thing in the real world and know that we willed it willed it into the world. We talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Coin as a reality programming machine, and we made that happen. We influenced this new accomplishment in human history that wasn't going to happen unless these people put money into a pot on the internet. That was massive for me. So there's been a lot of other silly ones, right? There's
Yeah.
been videos for backflips, and there's been beer chugging, and there's been one of my early ones was replacing a basketball net at a local court. I love that one still because it also really made it tangible to me what the power of point is. But yeah, the kickflip world record, it is very hard to beat that one.
That's I watched that video. I remember that, by the way. So I watched that one. So it was really crazy. So okay, so Kenny, I always ask these questions. So just my guess. So let's just say you tomorrow morning you woke up as a Jessa Polak. So what would you change for builders on base?
For builders on base, what would I change as Jesse? I'm talking my own book here, right? But my new KPI for builders would not be trading volume, right? Would not be anything associated with gambling on base. Now, I like coins. I like gambling on coins. Everybody likes to make money with that sort of thing. I just frankly believe that it is a crowded market in the cryptocurrency space, right? We have explored the furthest reaches of gambling, right? There's not much left, not much juice left to be squeezed out of that lemon. And the rest of the world apparently has removed most gambling regulations. So we don't really have an edge there anymore. We used to have an edge in the gambling market. Now everybody can gamble on their phone in 2 clicks legally on all sorts of different things. So my focus, my KPI for base would be around making moments, right? Making moments like the kickflip world record. Jesse did this. He was doing street interviews for a while where he'd go out there and, ask people, would you want to get on chain? I loved that content that he was creating. And I did feel good, when there was that push on base for content coins. I didn't love the coining aspect of it, but I did love the push for content, social media. There's something there. Social media is the most powerful tool of the internet. So my KPI for base as Jesse Polak would be saying, make amazing things happen through incentivizations on base, right? You need to be like, what content are you as a builder creating, and reward the builders who are creating unique content, visible content, getting the most visibility on TikTok, Instagram, on the existing social platforms. Do not try to rebuild the wheel with your own social media platform. You're measuring, builder, are you getting real visibility on Reddit? Are you getting real visibility on TikTok? Are you getting real visibility on Instagram? You can't fake those things. And I think that'd be a quality KPI, because that shows you are using base to find a way to get base and on-chain products in front of real people, normal people, and showing them that these things, this industry isn't just for gambling. It's also a way to have fun.
I really love the idea. Yesterday, I would love to add a few things. Yesterday, I met with someone, so was from Web2. So, and she asked me what we are doing, and I said, I'm working on the blockchain side. So you are crypto guy? No, I'm not crypto guy. I'm not trading. What do you mean you are not trading? What you are doing then? So that was the question. So everyone really thinks like the blockchain as there is something for trading. But yes, by the way, this is how the structure works. Without the trading, without the buying these assets, we are not just doing anything on the chain, right? So that's the fact. So, but I think that kind of the perception just happened because of the back in the IPO season. We saw lots of the centralized exchange, and then they become then everyone just tried to just open a centralized exchange, and then also launch the various counter versions by applying the regulations and other stuff. So now people just know crypto it's just for traders. So that's one of the aspects. I think we need to change overall in the time by time. But whenever I explain to someone, let's just say, for example, it's not a financial advice. So when then they are saying, what do you mean you are not trading? I'm just saying, let's say you bought a stock, okay, Apple stock.
Mhm.
Does Apple send you an iPhone to your home? No, you have just bought a stock. But someone is just still producing an iPhone in the fabricator, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, there is a team behind of the iPhone. They are working on it. That's the difference between trading and the working on the blockchain side. So then they are saying, So I think it's easy to just explain them, but they don't know.
Mhm.
So my last question is, Kenny, in the social aspect, I really love the idea of overall behind the collaborative, the environment and whatever. So
Mhm.
how do you see the future of social bounties?
Say that one more time.
How do you see future of social bounties?
I see the big broad vision for the future of social bounties is that they become the dominant way that humans coordinate to get things done on planet Earth. That is the big moonshot belief here, and I do believe it because what is the number one pain point in modern life of for people that what is the one thing that they interact with all the time in their life and they're like, oh man, I wish this could be better. Okay, and it's not social media. They love social
Yeah.
media, they use it all the time. It's not computers, it's not the internet. The big issue is their governments, and they are not happy with the way that their governments spend money. They believe almost everywhere across the world,
Yeah.
I'm putting money in. This money isn't being spent efficiently. This isn't impacting my local community. I feel disconnected from my local community. Why can't I make an impact in the world around me? So there is this fundamental underlying desire everywhere that people
Yeah.
want to be able to connect with each other, to make things happen, to improve their local communities. We need tooling for it. This is brand new, fundamentally impossible to do before tooling for human collaboration to get things done, right? I think
Yeah.
we have a massive unlock here. I also think it's the obvious use case for cryptocurrency because I know we've talked about trading as the primary use case. I don't believe trading and financial things is the primary future use case for crypto. Fundamentally, we'll put a stake in that. We'll die on that hill because fundamentally blockchains are better for human coordination purposes. That's all Bitcoin is. It's a human coordination machine, humans coordinating around money. That's all Ethereum is, humans coordinating around the state of this blockchain. They are better at human coordination than they are at financial tasks. For us to be as good as the best centralized financial institutions, right, we need insane transactions per second. We have to centralize a lot of things to reach those goals, and we've seen what happens in the couple of weeks. Centralized DeFi, centralized hacks. It's very hard to do finance on blockchains at scale. We haven't proved that we can do it. However, if all we want to do is be a better way of organizing humans, organizing money, the only tech we have to beat is government tech, which is the worst tech in existence. It's super outdated. It's not transparent at all. Nobody's happy with it. Everybody's happy with their financial platform. Like most people are fine with their bank. Most people's issue is that they don't have enough money in their bank, not that they really think that their bank app isn't that good. Right. So for me, I think this is a massive opportunity for social bounties. And I think there's a huge untapped potential if we can educate people on this, because it's tough. Like you said, like you haven't used Poid before, and I don't blame you for that because it's a really hard it's abstract. Because this isn't possible before. It's a hard thing to understand. Oh, I can just put $5 in this and anybody can put more. Like, I don't buy that. I don't believe in that. So it takes me getting out there and educating people, and it will be a long process before it catches on, but I have full confidence that this will catch on.
I really love that. Not gonna lie, Ken. I really love all the structure, whatever you build, the community behind of it, and the people who supports this, and people is just leveraging it to just maybe for their product launch, maybe they are just for fun, or just for example they need something and they are maybe they don't feel like super energetic, and they're just passing through someone and just saying, okay guys, who can do for me? So I think there are lots of purposes, not just one. And then already people is using already more than $70,000 already just distributed, if I remember correct the number. So it, I think overall, I really love that, guys. Please just go and check the point. If you
Right.
just see if there is something fit for whatever you are capable of or whatever you liked, so just feel free to create a claim, which means submit something. So it's super easy to submit, as you see in the recording. Or if you will watch later, just check the recording. So Ken showed us how you can just create a bounty, how you can just top up support the bounty, and how you can just submit a bounty, and of course if you are a bounty owner, how you can just accept a result. So I really love that. So Kenny, would you like to say something as a last word to just people who is watching us and who will watch later?
Yeah, my last word to anybody watching: please create a bounty. Like, I am trying to build a meme here. The only way this works if there's more people than me out there
Yeah.
creating bounties. Think about what you want to happen in the world. And I believe in you as a creator. I think a lot of people, they don't believe that they can impact the world anymore. I believe in you. I believe you can put an idea, a financial idea of something you want to see done in the world. I can add some money, other people can add some money, and we can make something great happen. All right. I want my platform to be the tool for you to change the world. So think about a bounty, make a bounty, and reach out to me so I can support it.
I love that, Kenny. Thank you so much, Kenny. Today we completed the Just Build a Graph episode 7. Kenny was with us and Kenny just showed us the point and it was amazing. Guys, please just go and check the point. I'm pretty sure there is something for you because there are already lots of ongoing campaign, ongoing bounties, and you can find one of them. And just don't be afraid of just sharing the whatever the bounty requiring. Just share on the extra of our caster and just complete whatever the requirements, and then be part of the just I would say cabal. I like that. So I think there's a huge community behind of it, and the people loves it. So Kenny, thank you so much. Really, it was amazing. You showed us everything about the point, and also we learned about you. You are one of the Bitcoin OG, and that was amazing story. Thanks so much for sharing everything.
Yes. Thank you for having me, Ali. This was a wonderful conversation.
Yeah, definitely. Guys, as I always said, stay based. See you next week. We are changing the time, by the way, next week, not just Friday. We are changing to Wednesday because of the many operational things, but we will continue from now on Wednesdays. And then next week, we will talk about the RAAs. It will be another crazy project. So we will hear from someone from Turkey about what they are building. See you next week. Bye-bye. Cheers,
Yeah.
guys. All right, I think now Zach to just end